Welcome back to Stupidiots. I'm Jesse. This is Whitney. Last week I won the cereal episode. I forgot what the topic was.
I won the cereal.
Yeah, I won the cereal episode. So this week we are doing our top 10 favorite dog breeds. And this is mostly from, or at least we're only listing off purebred ones. We're not really going with like mutt mixes because it just gets too complicated when you go that deep down. Especially since there's gonna be like no way to really predict it. But there are still some breeds that are close to one another. So we're gonna, when we come to it, we'll get to the variation on whether it counts or not, and we'll just take it as we get there. But I don't think for mine we're gonna really have that issue. But
I don't think we'll have that issue for mine either.
There's only
also,
one that we could have it.
I will say, because I'm sharing my screen this time for my recording for YouTube. So, like, if you're watching this on YouTube, there may be some things spelled wrong on here. I don't really care. I just kind of threw it up. I'm like, I know what it says. I'm gonna read off what it says. So either way, you're still gonna know what it says.
Okay.
I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. I'm really terrible at spelling, and I was kind of doing this in a rush. So.
Yeah, no, it's good. So we have. Before we get into it, we're going to continue Whitney's idea from last week, where we both list off our ideas for next episode, or if we win, before we start. So, Whitney, what was your idea for next week?
So, my idea kind of somewhat goes back to what we've done in the past, but a little bit different. I thought that we could do the top 10 worst live-action movies out there.
Live action, like just in general live-action movies?
Yeah, just in general. So I was like, specifically to exclude all of the animated movies.
Yeah, there's I was gonna say I could make a whole list out of animated movies, but top 10
specifically
worst.
Top 10 worst live-action.
Do we? I presume this does not include like good bad movies, right? Like movies that are so bad they're actually enjoyable, just movies we genuinely dislike.
Yeah, just movies we genuinely disliked.
Gotcha. There are some movies that are so awful that I love them, but so movies that are just bad are movies that we hate the most. Got it. Yeah. For me, my pick for next week is very different. It is our top 10 favorite slasher villains.
Ooh.
So that's one that I've got a definite favorite on, and so I'd be excited to do that. But this week
I like how
breeds.
you say that though. I like how you say that about the slasher villains because I legitimately just got off Dead by Daylight.
Oh yeah.
So, I was getting murdered so bad.
I've been playing the Resident Evil 4 remake, so that I've had horror on the mind. But yeah, so this week we're doing our top 10 favorite dog breeds. Whitney, you lost last episode, so you get to call the coin toss.
Okay. Let's go heads.
All right, Alexa, flip a coin.
Okay. You got heads.
You called heads, didn't you?
I did call heads, yes.
Okay. So I realized I turned the music down so low that it wasn't even picking up. I had to fix it real quick. All right, so that means I guess you first.
Yes, that is correct.
So my guess for your number 10 was German Shepherd.
Incorrect. So I don't know if you've ever heard of this breed, but my actual number 10 pick is a Collegian Bear Dog. Just a really cool breed.
I am not sure what that is.
It's legitimately a dog that is bred to legit just hunt bears. Like legit, they if they see a bear, they will go after a bear. They will corner a bear. They are not afraid to confront a bear.
That's cool.
So they're used to a lot in like bear hunting. But I thought it was just a really cool breed, and like they only ever come in one standard color, and that's black and white.
I mean, that's the best color combination for a dog. So.
Yeah.
And depending on how the dog is shaped, but black and white tends to be the cutest.
It's honestly, I would say its shape kind of resembles an Akita, but like smaller and thinner.
Interesting.
Like they even have like a little curly tail too, which is pretty cool. I like curly tails. Awesome.
Interesting.
But yes, Korean Bear Dog is my number 10. So for your number 10, I chose a dog that I feel should be on your list, and if it's not, I'm gonna be upset.
Okay.
A corgi, because corgis are freaking adorable.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
My number 10 is a Chow Chow. And that is
Ooh.
for one reason. Both my childhood dog, Gracie, and Rex have part Chow in them, specifically in the tongue. They have part blue tongues, which is like one of the defining things of a Chow Chow is their tongues are blue. Both my childhood dog and Rex have like half their tongue is blue. And my childhood dog was like confirmed by the veterinarians to be part Chow. They said that. For Rex, they said they didn't know, but that was part of their theory. But the tongue looks almost exactly the same. And I just always thought that was cool. And so I have it listed as my number 10 specifically for that one reason.
Okay, like I'm just gonna say chows are amazing. I also had I believe it was a lab chow mix. Jesus, was that dog protective? I kid you not. My mom used to hang the clothes on the line, outside or whatever. This is like when I was like maybe 5 or 6. But we had this clothesline, but the clothesline was so long that the other end of it was used as the dog's chain. Because it was just like a massively long line. Well, this dog came into our yard one day and snapped at my brother, and our dog just got so upset. It snapped through the metal, like the metal line, just to go through to attack this dog. Like my mom came in and she like I remember this because she like threw the chain down and she's like, "This damn dog done broke my clothesline." I was cracking up. But yeah, no, chows are pretty good. So I completely understand that.
I actually haven't actually met a Chow in person, but I just know the tongue is a thing, the blue tongue. Anyway, my guess for your number 9 was a Saint Bernard.
Incorrect. No. So my number 9, and this is very breed specific, because I don't like all mastiffs. A Tibetan Mastiff specifically is my favorite.
Well, I don't have
type
Mastiff anywhere on my guess, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, so Tibetan Mastiffs, really cool dogs. Also a guardian livestock dog. They're like super, super massive. Like think of a Saint Bernard but bigger.
Yeah, they're big.
They're huge dogs, but they're also like really good at like protecting people. So I really enjoy them. I like the way they look. They're really fluffy, like a chow.
Yeah. Before we go any further, I just remembered. I can't believe I didn't think to start talk about this at the start of the episode. But on the subject of dogs, 2 dogs wandered into my work today. One was a mutt that was definitely part Saint Bernard. It had the size and shape of a Saint Bernard, but the coat of something else, unless it's some specific variation of it. But it looked just like a Saint Bernard but black. And then the other one was a husky, and they were just wandered in, no leash, no tags, nothing. Just walked in, and we're just kind of hanging out in the store. And we're like, what do we do? So I was like, we can't just let these out. Some people are like allergic, or some people have fears of dogs. And they were friendly. They were friendly. They weren't going after. And if they're walking up to people, they were just sniffing them. They didn't do anything. No jumping. Nothing. And so I managed to lure them up into the office with treats, where we gave them some water and kept them contained, so that way they weren't running around and scaring any customers that are scared of dogs or triggering allergies in any customers that have allergies to dogs. And we tried calling animal control. Apparently, this is being recorded on a weekend. Apparently, they don't answer the phone on weekends. Near here, like animal control won't accept any calls on weekends. They're like, my boss, or the front store, called the police department on the non-emergency number. Like, hey, we got these 2 big ass dogs that are just stuck here in our store. They've been wandering around. It's very hot out today. So we didn't want them roaming around outside because like they'll freaking get smothered to death in the heat. And so we were like, what do we do? And they were like, just keep them there for now. We'll try to get a hold of animal control, see if we can get this figured out. And a couple hours pass. Funnily enough, in that time, one of them ate my boss's burrito that was in the office.
Oh, I bet he was upset.
Yeah, she was upset, but like it worked out because actually I went to Subway today and they had a couple sandwiches that were the customer couldn't paid for, so I left them there. So she gave them to me for free since I'm a regular. See the episode 1 of the podcast if you don't know anything about my Subway history. But they gave me 2 free sandwiches. Gave one to my boss in the pharmacy and one to the boss in the front store. So she got some food. But eventually she got a call back from the police department and they're like, just let him go. And she was like, what do you mean just let him go? Like, if it came to the evening, maybe, like when it's nighttime, because we can't lock him in here overnight. Like, why let him go now? And they're like, well, you can't keep him contained in that one room. It risks damaging stuff for the business and whatever. Like, just, you have to release him since it's not your dog. We were like, what? Or my boss was. I wasn't here for this part. And the police, like, showed up and they're like, all right, we gotta let him go. And it's like, really? And so they let him go. They ran across the street and ran off. And then 10 minutes later, the owner shows up.
Oh my
By the way, we've been checking our community, like our town's community Facebook page. I posted on Ring, you know, the doorbell thing. There's a neighborhood thing there because I live right by my work, so I had posted on there saying we had found dogs, but we weren't hearing anything. I had my wife searching other Facebook groups for the area, see if anyone had reported or finding anything. So I really hope that guy found his dogs because it wasn't too far afterwards. So hopefully, like, we were able to tell which way they went. So I really hope he found them because they were very nice dogs, and I would have felt bad if he didn't have his dogs anymore. But yeah, that was story time with Jesse.
Story time with Jesse. Oh my god, we should make a new corner of the podcast. Story time with Jesse. Oh, that is so sad though.
Yeah,
I can imagine losing my pet.
Yeah, I would I know if Rex got out and ran away, I would hate it if I found out somebody had him but had to let them go. Or had to let him go. It would have been like, because he saw the Facebook post about the found dog, and so he showed up. Like, he had all the hope, like, oh my gosh, you found my dog. They're like, I mean, yeah, we did, but we don't have him anymore. So yeah.
We did, I wish you would have called the store.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know why he didn't call the store. I would have called the store immediately as soon as I seen the post.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe he was just in such a rush, he just decided to drive straight here. I don't know. I didn't see the Facebook post. My boss made the Facebook post because I'm not on Facebook, so I'm not in any of the communities. You have to like apply to prove you're not a robot and whatnot.
Yeah.
I tried to apply, but I didn't get a response in time because you know it's a Saturday. Like the mods probably aren't checking it that much. But I did do the Ring one, but I presume he found it through Facebook. There's more people on there, and it covers a bigger area. But yeah, I really hope that guy found his dogs because they were very sweet dogs, and I really hope the dogs are okay. So yeah, moving on. What was your guess for my number 9?
For your number 9, I put a lab.
Incorrect. My number 9 is the Dalmatian. For 2 reasons. 1, I love Disney movies. So, you gotta keep that in mind. 2, my grandma on my mom's side, whenever her and my grandpa were around, they had a Dalmatian, excuse me, a Dalmatian named, Bridget. Sorry, it took me a minute to remember. It's been like 15 years since I've seen this dog. But, it was around before I actually had my childhood dogs. That was like the first dog I ever like met and knew. And from what I remember, it was a really nice dog, or at least would let me snuggle with it. And I now have a beanie baby of a Dalmatian, which I promptly named Bridget. that I have on my quote morbid shelf in my kitchen.
Oh,
So yeah, that's my reasoning for a Dalmatian being number 9.
I can tell that I've done fucked up. All right.
For my number 8 for you, I have a beagle.
Incorrect. No beagle.
I tried to go variety on. I know I told you this beforehand, but I didn't tell the podcast. I've learned my lesson on focusing on one type of thing, thinking I know her for it. So I'm trying to go on variety. Hoping I'm bound to get a couple of these right.
I hope you get a couple right. Okay, so let me clarify. When he says to see which one she likes, I like every animal. There's not gonna be one breed that you're gonna say that I don't love, but narrowing that down, because like I said, I love everything. It doesn't matter if it's a snake, a rat, whatever it is. I love it.
Except for geese. Geese can go fucking die.
No, geese are amazing.
Geese are awful.
So trying to narrow it down, that would be really hard. But no. So my number 8 was a poodle.
I do notice a fluffy trend here. That's what I was originally going for, but I was like, last time I tried to follow a trend on the types of things she likes, I'm always wrong. I almost put poodle, but I did not.
Poodles are amazing. I absolutely love them. I love dyed poodles. When people like dye their fur, it's so fucking cute. My favorite dog, animated dog, because you mentioned Dalmatian for Disney. I actually liked the poodle from Oliver and Company, Georgette.
Yeah.
She's actually what made me fall in love with poodles. But poodles are like, I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe the 3rd smartest dog in the world.
I don't have any way to confirm or deny it.
But I didn't mean you quoting me, I meant everybody else quoting me, Jesse. Jeez. But yeah, no, poodles are just a really amazing dog breed. So for your number 8, which was kind of funny that you said this, I actually put Saint Bernard for you.
Incorrect. My number 8 is actually, before I reveal my number 8 is, my mom's dog is part poodle. It is a cockapoo, part cocker spaniel, part poodle.
You put poodle. I'm gonna be really upset if you put poodle.
It is not poodle.
Okay.
I know that I've had bad experiences with poodles. It's just the one that's part poodle is the only like poodle I've ever really gotten close to, and it's probably a little more cocker spaniel than poodle. You could just see the poodle a little bit in the hair. It's got the curls of a poodle and all that, but like the body of a cocker spaniel. But my number 8 is a pug. Pugs are some of the cutest little dogs. I had a friend when I was in elementary school who had 2 pugs. I don't remember their names. I think one of them was Emma. The other one was a man. I don't remember a male. The other one was a human. No. One of them was a male and one was a female. The female was Emma. I don't remember the male's name. It's been way too long, but I remember I was like, this is one of my new favorite dog breeds. As I saw it, I was like, these are so freaking cute. I immediately got a stuffed animal of one because I was so jealous. Pugs are so adorable. They're so tiny and cute. They're at least one of my favorite variations of that sort of. I guess I typically associate it with bulldogs, but that kind of face with like this little like scrunchy face with like the chops that hang down a ways.
Yeah.
On the mouth. That type of dog, that is one of the cutest variations of that I've seen. And so,
okay, I'm just gonna say this. So when it comes to pugs and like bulldogs and like any short snout dog, I actually call them mush mouths. So we like, it's a mush mouth. Just because of the way that their snouts are, but they're like really cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
They really are.
My guess for your number 8, or your number 7, sorry, your number 7 was a Yorkie.
Incorrect. Not a Yorkie. So my number 7 is actually a Chow Chow.
Damn, I wish I put that on there for you.
No, so I absolutely, obviously we talked about this, love chows. I had a half chow lab mix named Blue. And then my aunt actually currently has a chow chow named Louie, and I got to meet him for the first time about 3 years ago. And he's chows. For those who don't know the breed, I've always grown up around chows, so I know the breed pretty well. Chows stick to one person. Like, they meet their person and everybody else can, like, fuck off. Like, chows are not to be fucked with. So anytime, like, a chow will meet a new person, they get very protective and will growl at the new person. So it took, like, maybe 2 days for Louis to warm up to me. And, it was just insane, but yeah, chows are amazing, very protective of families and things like that. Really, they can be really good with kids, but like I said, they tend to stick to like one person, and that person's theirs, and they're highly protective of that one person.
Did your aunt have other dogs named Huey and Dewey?
No, she did.
God damn it!
She did not.
Your aunt can fuck off.
No.
I'm just kidding, by the way. But
I believe they call him Prince Louis or something like that. I don't know for sure. I don't remember, but I do think they call him like Prince Louis or whatever, or Lulu, whenever they just don't really care to say his full name. But yeah,
interesting.
Chow Chows, amazing dogs. So for your number 7, I put the Golden Retriever.
Incorrect. My number 7. This is the one that I said could sort of have another breed close to it if you have it as a guess. But my number 7 is a Sheltie, which is basically, if you don't know what a Sheltie is, it's a collie, but it's tiny.
Interesting.
My sister had one when you were kids. It technically was a family dog, but like in reality, it was her dog. It was her childhood dog before her mom married into the family. And her name was Bailey. She was super sweet. Amazing dog. Had a lot of personality. She was super goofy. She was extremely dumb, but that was part of the charm. She was such an idiot. She would respond to any name. She just hears a name, she'll show up. She'd somehow know you're talking about her. Like, if you talk to another person, like, that she doesn't know, she will still not respond to the name. But if you say a random name that's not to anybody in the room, she'll show up. You'd be sitting there and be like, "Hey, Bill, come here," and she'd show up. And something about that was just really funny to me, but she was also super sweet. She always wanted to be around people. She was very... she was cuddly, but not. She didn't like being picked up, but she loved to like lay down next to everybody. Loved getting pets and whatnot. And so, was one of the dogs I spent the most time around. I've lived with that dog for probably around 8 or 9 years. So, I spent a significant amount of time with that dog.
So when you said Sheltie, this was not what I was imagining at all, but like a Shetland sheepdog.
Yeah, that's the other name for it. I just knew it as Sheltie because that's what we always called it. I always forget that's the technical name.
Yeah. I've never heard of it called Sheltie before. But I can obviously see where they get the little short name for it. I was like really confused, so I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I know exactly what this is."
Yeah, it literally looks like a collie, but if you click the little box in the corner and shrunk it down. So if you had collie, I'd count it because they're very similar. Just one's a big version of the other. But yeah, my guess for your number 6 was a golden retriever.
Incorrect. So my number 6 is one of the coolest dogs in the world, Dobermans. Dobermans are absolutely amazing dogs. Again, Oliver and Company. Those 2 Dobermans were my absolute favorite. My cousin actually has a Doberman. She's a brown Doberman, which is very rare for me to actually see a brown Doberman. I usually stick to the classic black and tan. But she has a brown Doberman. And it doesn't have its ears cropped. So like a lot of dogs I see like with the cropped tail and the cropped ears, like I thought that's just how they were born, but then I like learned that no, they have to like crop their ears to hold that shape or whatever. So she has like little flappy ears, and it's like really cute. I'm like, oh my god, that just makes them so much better, but like less intimidating. But no, Dobermans are my absolute favorite. So yes, number 6 is a Doberman. All right,
Nice.
Jesse. For your number 6, I put the German Shepherd.
Incorrect. My number 6 is Golden Retriever. Which
Oh,
didn't you
snap.
guess? Didn't you guess that last round?
I
Is it?
did. It's
That's-
my number 7 for
That
you.
that is 2 points for you. I have a feeling you're gonna win this one. By the way, like I feel I haven't gotten a single one right so far. And
Honestly,
I have a feeling that
how it was.
there's one, or there's probably two that there's one that I know has to be on here. And there's one or two others that I believe will most likely be on here, but that's it. The other ones I'm not confident on at all, and they were just guesses.
So far, how it was going, I didn't think either of us were going to score a single damn point.
No, I'm pretty confident I'll score by the end of this. I just don't know if I'll score enough to catch up to you. And I feel like you're gonna score more. I feel like you have a better idea for me than I do for you. But I guess we'll see. Yeah, my number 6 is Golden Retriever because, like, let's be honest, it's the most talented dog breed in the world. What other dog can play fucking basketball?
Exactly. Oh my god. Did you watch like the Air Puppies or what
Air
is
Buddies? Air Buddies.
Yeah.
I did.
the
I
Air
watched.
Buddies.
I watched the first couple ones, but they
I've
you know
watched them all.
there were so many. Like I think Santa Buddies was like the last one I watched. But like I was more into Air Bud. Like I thought the sports and one dog thing was better.
Oh,
but regardless,
by far it was, but I just think the puppies are so fucking cute.
yeah. But and then I knew some people that had golden retrievers, and they are just some of the most beautiful dogs out there. And they're so fluffy.
Friendliest dog out.
Yeah, that too. And they're like they're one of my dream breeds to own if I were to own a purebred. I don't ever plan to own a purebred, but if I do, golden retriever is right up there in the top breeds for me to pick. As I said this last episode, I don't think I have this episode. I prefer mutts. I like really unique looking dogs that don't look like anything else out there. I like dogs to be like really like have a bunch of breeds mixed in and have a really unique look. That they're cheaper.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
But I would not be opposed to a German golden retriever at some point. But my guess for your number 5 was a pug.
Incorrect. So my number 5 is an Australian Shepherd. Come on, Aussie Shepherds are so freaking cute. They're like gray and brown and white, and they just have like little spots all over their face, and they're just like a really adorable breed. Also another working class dog, because who doesn't love working class dogs? They're so freaking adorable when they like try to herd their humans too. They will try. If they don't have like a job, they will learn something in your household, of like herding your kids to bed or something. It's really cute to watch videos of it. So yes, Australian Shepherd is my number 5.
I do know 2 Australian Shepherds. My sister-in-law and my mother-in-law both have an Australian Shepherd named Chewie and Coda, respectively.
Ooh,
Kodo
so
is
cute.
from Brother Bear, and Chewie's Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
But yeah, they have a lot of energy for such a large dog.
Oh yeah. Super high energy dogs, but super freaking cute dogs.
They're very fun loving dogs. Yeah.
All right, so my number 5 for you was a husky.
Incorrect. My number 5 was a pit bull. The most underrated dog breed, I feel. Has a pretty bad reputation with, and I feel like most like dog lovers know the truth about pit bulls, but my current dog Rex is half pit bull. So that's the primary reason it's on here. Is Rex is the greatest dog in the world. But I also have a coworker who has a pit bull or grew up with a pit bull. She technically doesn't live with it anymore because it's her parents' pit bull. But until about a year ago, she lived with it. And he was super. They're very playful. And they are very loving dogs, contrary to popular belief. And hers is a purebred pit bull, or at least mostly pit bull. I don't know if it's like fully purebred, but it is like you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's a pit bull. And they're constant. They are very high energy, but they're always wanting to play and are very. They're a very fun breed of dog, and I know for me, I've owned a couple dogs in my life, and this is the only one that's been part pit bull, and has more excitement every time I walk into the room or get home from work than any other dog I've ever seen. He's always he's like running in circles and jumping, in excitement just because I got home, and is always begging for cuddles and pets. So the amount of love that my pit bull shows me puts it in at number 5.
One day I'm gonna meet Rex. I swear.
One day.
One day I'm gonna kidnap Rex.
No. Hell no. I will say
the first and last time I ever see Jesse's house.
So Rex loves. There's only ever been one person Rex has ever met and did not like, and it was a sign that he has good judgment. Every time we have family or friends over or other people's dogs, he's always so excited, and he's always like ready to give out the kisses, and always like is coming up to them for pets, and is always super excited to see them. Except for my wife's uncle. It's not really uncle; it's more so her like second cousin's husband or whatever, but uncle to make it simpler because he's way older than we are. He's like in his 60s. But he is a very creepy man, and a very not a good dude, I would say. And he's fairly nice sometimes, but he's very creepy and is very gross. And there's a lot of things that are just off-putting about him, and I would not trust my kids around him. And it is to this day the only person that Rex has growled and barked at in a non-playful manner. Every time he sees him, Rex growls, and that's a sign of good position for me. Sometimes he'll like bark if we're like playing, having a lot of high energy play, and he's just having fun. You know, he'll do that fun bark, or like if we're playing around, he'll do like his little growl. You'd know if you see it. It's clearly not meant to be intimidating. It's clearly meant to be like a fun thing.
I feel like that's how Domino is, because she has that like little it's kind of like a higher squeak bark when she's playing.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
Yeah, for Uncle Dave there was not a playful growl, not a playful bark. He was genuinely off-put by that man, and he was right to be so.
You know what my mama always says? She always says, if animals and babies do not like you, there's something seriously wrong with you.
Yeah. And Rex literally, it was a family reunion of over 40 people there, and he was the only one he growled or barked at. He went up to asking for pets from every other person. All the kids, all the old people. It's not the old people, including the guys. There were guys in like biker jackets that he trusted. Like he could clearly tell that there's something wrong with that man. So
that's creepy.
Really hope they don't listen to this, because then I'll feel bad. But moving on. My number 4 guess for you was a husky.
Maybe.
Was I correct?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. All right, I have a chance.
All right. Yes, number 4 was a husky. Huskies are adorable.
I will agree.
They can legit breed with anything and make that new breed so much cuter.
Yeah, a hug. I'll throw out hugs. The freaking husky pug. I don't know how that happened, but and I don't want to know how that happened. But I've seen a husky pug mix, and it is glorious. It is
I want to
adorable.
see a hug. Oh my god, I'm gonna look up a hug in a second.
It's
But
basically imagine like a black and white colored pug. It's so it is like slightly fluffier than a regular pug.
okay,
It's
husky pug
adorable.
mix. Oh my god, it looks like a freaking chihuahua.
Yeah, it looks like some of them look like legit teddy bears. They look like stuffed animals. Some of them
Oh
are
my
are
God.
the perfect blend of fluffy and skinny, where it's like it almost looks plush.
They're so cute. And that little overbite. Oh my god.
Mhm.
Okay. This just proves the point. Huskies
Huskies
are
make every
amazing.
breed better. Yeah.
They genuinely do because of like their coating and everything. Yes, 100%. Huskies are amazing, and I can't believe you just scored 3 freaking points.
It's 3-2 now, but don't worry. I'm sure you'll be back in the lead in no time.
All right, my number 4 for you is a Doberman.
Incorrect. My number 4 is a Shih Tzu. I forget if you guessed that for me at any point.
I did not.
But yeah, my number 4 is a Shih Tzu. It is my favorite small breed of dog, like lap dog type size. It is absolutely adorable. I've never owned one myself, but my step cousins did, and it's so adorable. And I've had several like owning simulator games where I've played not just Nintendogs, but like other games too, where I almost always pick the Shih Tzu or my number 3 pick, and it's so freaking cute and fluffy. And my dad's current dog actually is mostly Shih Tzu. I forget what else. It's again a mutt, but he's definitely mostly Shih Tzu. He looks like a slightly bigger Shih Tzu. And his name's Tucker, and he's cute. My dad showed me a picture yesterday where he managed to wrap himself up in a blanket in a little burrito shape as he was sleeping on the floor. It was so cute. But when it comes to like cuteness, like when it comes to like I don't know how to describe it. It comes to in a teddy bear sort of sense. I would say Shih Tzu is the cutest breed in that sense. And I've always wanted one. If that would be another one of the few purebred dog breeds I would get. But
Never had a Shih Tzu, but they're cute. They're pretty cute.
is or fucking Oreo not a Shih Tzu?
No.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought it
Oreo's
was.
a cat.
Oh, I straight up thought. Oh my goodness, I got you in my. Oh my goodness, I fucked up.
Oreo
Anyway.
isn't a Shih Tzu.
Anyway,
Unless the Shih Tzu goes meow.
I don't know why I thought Oreo was a Shih Tzu whenever I was doing this. I fucked up so bad. Anyway, I thought you owned a Shih
Tell
Tzu
me-
for some reason, but my
Tell me if you put Shih Tzu on my list. I'm gonna die.
maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But my number 3 guess for you, regardless, was a pit bull.
Incorrect. It is not a pit bull. So my number 3 is a Dalmatian.
Interesting.
Yes, Dalmatians, absolutely the best dogs ever. I don't care what Tyler says. Tyler says they're stupid and he doesn't like them. But I absolutely love Dalmatians. They're actually pretty smart. They are not stupid.
Tyler is
They
one of
can
our
be-
friends, by the way.
Yes, Tyler is one of our
For
friends.
people that don't know us from YouTube, he's
Um,
appeared in a couple of our YouTube videos. But
He gets sorry, not Tyler, sorry. Dalmatians can get a little bit protective of like they're young or like younger humans. But other than that, they're pretty freaking cute dogs. And 101 Dalmatians, 102 Dalmatians, the live actions, the animations, and the new Cruella. Okay, you can't beat that. You can't beat those movies. Those are just like, if you're gonna have a movie about dogs, those are like number 1.
Yeah,
You
right up there
can't.
with Lady and the Tramp. I might like Lady and the Tramp more, but that's the only one I can think of.
Yes. But no, Dalmatians are absolutely amazing. So for your number 3, I actually put a bulldog.
Incorrect. My number 3 was Husky. Did you say that earlier?
I did say a
I
husky.
thought
It was
so.
like two ago. So I really wish
Yeah,
it was one ago.
I remember. I remember when you said that. I was like, whew, at least it's only 1 point. Whenever I've been saying if I could own a pure breed dog, I might buy this breed. Husky is my number 1 for if I were to get a purebred dog. Like if this is simply from a purebred point of view, which I guess is kind of what I said last episode, but not what I meant. Meant like we can only list purebred breeds, but if I were to get just a purebred breed of dog, it would be a husky. That would be my number 1 pick. My brother had a husky. I know several people that have had huskies. I've seen many. I've had neighbors with them. They are the most beautiful dogs I can think of. Like I love their coats. I love their size. I love their shape. I think that, and I love how they're a very fun-loving dog, and they're like so good. I love huskies so much. And as you said, they make every breed better when they do mix. Um, and I love huskies so much. That was the other dog I'd pick in my dog simulator games. Would always be a husky. So yeah. I also had
Huskies
a
are amazing.
I had a stuffed husky that I got from the zoo when I was a kid, and I remember I got one that had its head like stitched on incorrectly. It was kind of crooked, not like crooked sideways, but like it was kind of like looking slightly to the left at all times. I don't know why I thought that was so cute, so I got the deformed one, and that was one of my favorite stuffed animals. It was super soft, never ripped. It was great.
I legitimately wanted to buy 2 huskies.
I,
One was a blonde one, and it was so freaking cute. It had blue eyes. And then the other one was a black husky, like a standard black and white husky with mixed match eyes. And legit, kid you
the
not, one was going to be named Thor and the other one was going to be Loki.
the husky that came into work today had mismatched eyes. One was brown, one was blue.
They're so gorgeous when they have mixed match
Mhm.
eyes.
Yeah, I noticed it when it looked at me. I was talking to my boss. I was like, "Hey, this husky has 2 different colors of eyes."
You find it a lot more in huskies than you do most breeds. It's
Yeah,
so insane.
apparently. Um,
I think there's this like one YouTuber I used to watch, and he has like 2 or 3 huskies, and each one of them has mixed match eyes. Which was insane that he found 3 different huskies from 3 different like litters or breeds or like wherever he got them. He got them from animal shelters, I believe, and each one of them had mixed match eyes. I'm like, oh my god.
as a score update, we are currently tied 3-3 until we get to your number 2 because I put Dalmatian.
Gosh.
So that's 2 points for me for being one off. But I still think it's gonna be close. Um, but what was your number 2?
My number 2 is actually an Akita. Another
Okay.
really good, strong, protective breed. I've actually noticed that most of the dogs on here are like extremely protective breeds. Akitas are extremely loyal, and if you haven't seen what is it? My dog Hachiko, I believe is the name of the movie,
Well,
or is it
it's,
just
it's just called
Hachiko?
Hachiko. Yeah,
Yeah, Hachiko. One of the best movies that
that is
really
based
show
on
an
a true
Akita.
story. You know, right?
Yeah,
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 the dog was just named Hachi, I believe. Or no, it was Hachiko, but I think the movie
it
it
is
was called
Hachiko.
Hachi.
Yeah, the movie's called Hachi.
Yeah,
'Cause they call
sorry,
it
I got it
Hachi for
backwards.
short.
Um,
Um,
yeah, I've only seen the movie once, but I'm very familiar with the story. It also gets referenced in my favorite video game, Persona 5. You in one part of it, when your character can read books, and one of them is clearly meant like it's only implied what the story is, but it's clearly meant to be Hachi, and there's a statue of Hachiko in Tokyo whenever you over by the subway station in the game. So I get constantly
it
reminded
is.
of it every time I play the game because you walk by
It
that
is
subway station a
so
lot.
sad. Every time I watch the ending, I just like start crying. Okay, I can't
Yeah,
get past that ending without crying. Um, but that movie really made me love Akitas way more than I already did. Just because of how above and beyond their loyalty will go for someone.
Yeah.
But
and
yes,
I can't
akitas
argue
are
with that.
amazing. So I realize that you put husky on yours, so I'm realizing this is probably not on yours, but I put Malamute.
That is incorrect. My number 2 is a boxer.
Ooh.
This one, I've actually never met a purebred boxer. but my childhood dog, Gracie, was probably around 60% boxer. And my dad's current dog, not Tucker, but the other one, Lucy, is also half boxer. And my childhood dog, Gracie, was also the greatest dog ever. Right up there with Rex. And Lucy is also an amazing dog. I don't live with her though. He got her after he moved away. So I've never lived with her, but I've met her several times, and she's an amazing dog as well. And so the fact that I have only met 2 boxers, and both of them were absolutely amazing. And one of them, I literally still have pictures of Gracie on my fridge. And Gracie was such a good dog that my dad actually has. He has this little shelf for family members that have passed on. It's like there's like a main shelf and a bottom floor to the shelf. It's in the dining room, and he's got like pictures or callbacks or in some urns even, to get real morbid here. And he has a box with Gracie's ashes in it right up there with him, because he said that she's just as much family as they were. And she was an amazing dog. I got her when I was 5, and she passed away in 2018. And I remember I was so destroyed that I was with my mom at the time. Gracie was at my dad's house, but when we got her, my parents were still married. My parents are divorced, by the way. For people that are from the YouTube channel, so they don't know this. My parents are divorced. But my dad kept the dog, my mom kept the cat, and like even she was a little distraught, even though like it had been over 10 years, like 10 to 12 years at that point since I'd gotten divorced, and since she had last seen Gracie, really, other than 1 or 2 times. She saw her at like my graduation, or things like that, where she had to come to my dad's house, or graduation party, I should say. But largely hadn't seen Gracie in that entire time. Even she was upset, because like I was crying outside of a Golden Corral, and cried the whole way home. This is from Chicago. I had a 2-hour drive, cried the whole way, instantly left, got to my car to drive to Shelby's house because she lived with her parents, and was crying on the freaking porch. Her mom came out to console me too. And then like I came inside the house, I was still crying. I could not stop crying. I've never cried this long in my entire fucking life. And like everybody was like, "What the fuck is wrong with him? He never cries." And they were like, his dog died, and they were all there. Everybody was super sad. I brought down the whole mood, and I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna miss that dog a lot." The worst part was, I don't mean to make this episode so much sadder, but the worst part was because she lived in Tennessee at the time. My dad had moved to Tennessee, and this was about a week before I was going to go down to Tennessee to surprise my dad for his birthday.
Damn.
And like we knew she was probably on her way out, but like I was so close to being able to see her one more time. That was very sad for me. But regardless, that puts Boxer on this list because that was her primary breed, and my dad's new dog, who's also amazing. That was her primary breed as well. So yeah, Boxer takes number 2 easily for me. It was actually originally my number 1, but I swapped it when I realized something. Probably about an hour before we started recording, I swapped it with what was my number 2, which is now my number 1.
Uh-oh. That's not good for me. Anyway, so what do you think my number 1 is?
Oh, for my number 1, I put Shih Tzu. For you.
You're
forgetting that Oreo was a fucking cat. I just remember it being a fluff ball and presumed it was a dog. Even though I fucking knew it was a cat. Why did I think it was a dog?
I've seen so many pictures of my cat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I don't know why I thought Oreo was the fucking Shih Tzu.
In fact,
That was the one that I was like, I know has to be on this list somewhere. God damn it.
I think legitimately the last photo I sent you was of my cat.
Probably. I know you sent me several pictures. I don't know why I thought that.
Oh, no, the last picture I showed you was of a fox drawing I was doing. Anyway, okay, now, so my number 1, of course, was your number 10 from my guess. A corgi, obviously. Corgis are absolutely
My number 10 was a
amazing.
chow.
Well, no, my guess for you was chick.
Oh, your number... Okay. Okay. You
Yeah,
gave me some false
no.
hope there, thinking that I was going to earn another point before this was over.
No, false hope. No. Corgis are absolutely amazing. My favorite subcategory of corgi is a Pembroke Welsh Corgi. I want one so freaking badly. Their little tiny little nub tails are so cute. Well, most people, again, crops their tails. But it's just so cute to see them with the like, little nub tail and they're just like going.
My childhood dog Gracie had a nub tail because her tail was so long that she would literally trip over it because it didn't have like muscle all the way through it. She would literally trip over her own tail, so she had to have it clipped when she was young.
Oh.
So she had a little nub tail. It was the cutest thing ever. Also, my neighbor has a corgi. That's the dog that was barking a lot last episode.
Oh my gosh, corgis are amazing. Okay,
Sorry, wait, never mind. It's not a corgi, it's a Pomeranian. Never mind.
Oh, okay, that. I was gonna say we're not killing that dog anymore, but no.
I got him backwards in my head. Sorry. Sorry to burst your bubble there.
Okay, for reference, we were joking around about. I think it was like what last episode we were recording of this, or was it like?
Yeah,
I don't even remember, but
it was. I think you said it after episode, but it was right after we finished recording the episode.
Right after we finished recording last week's episode, I was joking around saying, "How about we do the world a favor and put the dog down?" Of course, I wasn't meaning it. Obviously, I would never do that to a dog. Dogs are amazing, but I just found it funny. That's why I was saying we're no longer going to put the dog down. But if it's if it's not a corgi, my statement still stands. Corgi, if it was a corgi, that would be its only redeeming quality, and I wouldn't have said that. But no, you failed. It's still doomed. So my number 1 for you was actually a pit.
God damn it. It's going to be another tie episode because you earned a point for that, and my number 1 was a lab, which is another one you guessed. So we're tied at 5-5.
Wait, what was your second guess?
I need my second guess.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no. We're not tied 5-5.
Yeah, we're tied 5-5. Because you got... so Pit was my number 5, and my number 1 is lab, which is another one you guessed.
Oh, okay. I was like really fucking confused.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
So you're in 2 separate points. So we are now 5-5. This is going to be another coin toss one. But
most of ours have been coin toss ones. I think we've only
probably about
legitimately won.
Well, this is episode 6. I think this is the 3rd tie, so I think we're half. So I legitimately won the first one. We tied the second one. You won the 3rd one. We tied the 4th one. I won the 5th one. And now we're tied again. I just realized I think it's an every other episode thing.
Yeah.
But my number 1 is lab. Before we get to that part, I want to give my reasoning. You know how I said number 10 was there because it was shared between Rex and my childhood dog Gracie? Lab is also shared between Rex and childhood dog Gracie. That is their other half. Gracie was a boxer lab chow mix, but mostly boxer lab. We would say boxer lab mix. Rex is a pit lab chow mix, mostly pit and lab. And the 2 greatest dogs in the world, and that makes up half of both of those dogs. I can't not pick it. Sorry, my throat's really dry. I'm not getting emotional talking about my dogs, I promise.
He's a liar. He's getting emotional.
But,
I see that tear going down.
But I also at work at the drive-thru, sometimes people bring their dogs, and there's a woman that has a couple of people that have labs, and they're all very pretty dogs, and they make a very good base for other dogs to mix with, I think. Because my dog Gracie was a very unique look. Rex is also a very unique look with his stature. Because Rex had, if you haven't seen Rex, he's been on the YouTube. He was on the YouTube channel like a year or so ago. But he has the coat of a lab for the most part. He has the pitch black coat, and he has sort of a body of a lab and the snout of a lab, but the face and muscular build of a, if that makes any sense, how he has the body of one but the muscular build of another. But like mostly around his at the top of his legs. I don't know if you call them shoulders on a dog, but where the leg meets the body, you can see like the muscular part of a pit, but like his actual body shape is more lab, and then his where his eyes and ears are is very lab or very pit, but his snout is lab. It's very weird. And it's a very cute combination. And my childhood dog Gracie, fun fact, had two different ears. She had a floppy ear and a pointed ear. One from the boxer, one from the lab, and it was the most adorable thing ever. And so yeah, lab literally being shared between the two greatest dogs in the world, in my opinion, has to put it at number one.
Fair enough. That's so cute, though.
Yeah, I'll have to get you.
I'll have one pointy.
I'll have to get you a picture of Gracie at some point. Most of my pictures are from when she was young. Excuse me.
I still can't believe you thought my cat was a Shih Tzu.
I can't believe it either. I'm so disappointed with myself. But I'm just glad that I made it up to a tie. Because you were listing off ones that were going to definitely be on my list later throughout the episodes. That's why I was like, man, you're going to fucking win. So I'm not getting any of these.
Because everybody can see my screen. Can we just say I'm actually amazed that I actually even grabbed 4 that were on his list.
Yeah, and I got 2 that were on yours. I just got a better placement from those 2.
Yeah, you just get a better book. With the number 4 being exactly dead on.
I'm going to go ahead and claim champion's advantage, so I got to call the coin toss. I'm going to go heads. Huh? Alexa, flip a coin.
Okay. Heads.
Let's go! Alright.
Lucky ass bitch.
So, for next week, we're doing our top 10 favorite slasher villains.
I'm not even upset because I kind of do want to do this topic anyway, but Jesse.
I think I'm winning 4-2 on our episodes, aren't we? I won the original one.
4-2.
And I think I won villains off of a coin toss. And then I won last week and this week. Whereas you won heroes and cartoons.
I did. Man, that cartoon episode though. Oh my god, that's still my favorite episode of all.
That was definitely my favorite episode. This one probably got the most emotional baggage in it, but that was the most fun one to record for sure. But that's gonna be all for this week's episode, guys. So thank you guys for listening. Please be sure to give us a positive rating if you enjoyed. We'd really appreciate it. Subscribe, follow, whatever your platform of listening does. This is the second episode we've recorded after it started going out, but the first one we've recorded after it's been available in several places. We did get 1 positive review on Spotify at the time of recording. We did get 1 5-star review. So thank you, whoever that was.
I was gonna ask. I would assume that you can see like the ratings on each one of the things.
Yeah, I can. I don't know if it shows everywhere or not yet, because I think it said you have to have so many reviews before it shows an average. But thank you for that 1 5-star review. And be sure to stay tuned for next week's episode. We talk about our favorite slasher villains. Be sure to check out the past episodes if you have not, especially the cartoons one. That one was a very good episode, especially if you like dogs. I'm gonna leave it at that. As to if you haven't seen the episode, that's all I'm gonna say as to why you should watch it. But by the way, literally the reason I put Beagle on the list is because of that episode. for my guesses for you.
Well, okay, I forgot all about that. I forgot what
Yeah.
that he was that. Because he doesn't look like that.
He doesn't look like it at all. But
I didn't know until I googled it. But yeah, no, that's a good point. I was thinking more of the lines of Cats and Dogs, the movie.
yeah. I am AquaLeaderJesse on YouTube. She's Freddy Fox Gaming on YouTube and Twitch. If you like seeing us interact together, we have plenty more stuff coming out, like a couple times a week, over on our YouTube channels, and her Twitch channel. We do lots of stuff together on there. So if you want to see more of us, be sure to check us out there. And thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys or listening. God damn it! The freaking YouTuber in me keeps saying watching. Thank you for. But I caught myself.
I'm gonna start a new tally for that, just so you know.
I caught myself. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.